Hello guys, welcome back to another Robert Does Fishing video. I hope we're all doing well. So I'm heading out for some grayling at the weekend I think, and I'm just getting a few flies tied up for the nymph box at the moment. And yes, I thought we'd do another wee fly tying demo tonight. I'm going to be tying up two of my probably more successful grayling nymphs over the last couple of years. So what we've got in the vise just now is just a variation on the pink tag nymph. So that is the first one that we'll be tying up tonight, and then this other wee one that has done quite well for me in recent years is just I think it's a variation on the Duracell nymph. So yeah, it's got a wee bit of UV ribbon in it, which I think does really well when the light catches it properly. So these are the two flies that I'll be tying up this evening, guys. The bigger one that was in the vise earlier, the pink tag, I normally fish on the point, and this one I'll fish on the dropper about 18 inches up from that. So let's get started with the pink tag first. So in the vise I'm going to stick, this is going to be a relatively heavy one, a relatively bigger fly as well, so I'm going to stick a size 10 barbless jig hook in the vise, and the bead that's on there is a 4mm tungsten slotted bead in gold. So thread for using, guys, it doesn't really matter for this one really what thread you use, it's most of the thread's going to be covered up anyway, but we'll just go with the uni thread in camel colour in an 8O. So we'll start off by putting a wee bit of wax on the thread here, and then what I like to do first when I'm tying flies with slotted beads on them is just build up a bit of a thread dam behind the bead so that it doesn't move about. It does eat through your thread a wee bit, but I don't really mind. So there we go, that's enough on the fly there, and we'll cut off our excess. So for the tag, guys, I will be using a Glow Bright fluorescent yarn in pink, which is the number 2 colour code, and I'll cut off a wee bit rather from the spool here. And what I like to do is just run it through my mouth to moisten it a wee bit so it doesn't splay out. Now you can make the tag as big or as little as you like, but I'll just fold this over once, and that hopefully should be enough. So I'll just pinch and loop and catch that in a couple of times, and then I'll just stretch it out like that and run the thread down the hook in touch and turns. Or as close as I can get it without, just bear in mind when you're coming down the hook there that your thread might catch the point of the hook, which we want to avoid if possible. Come down to roughly the bend. Cut that off about there, I think. There we go. That's enough of a tag there, I think. Now I'll cut off the excess up the top here. We'll come back over that. So for the rib, I am just using Uni Soft Wire Gold, and that's in a small. So I'll take a little bit off that. And then we'll catch that in just where the tag starts there. And then we'll come back up the shank of the hook and tight touch and turns. And we'll just come over that little bit of excess yarn that we come up with there. Now what I like to do here is I'll come back down the hook shank as well, just to try and secure that wire in that rib as much as possible. There we go. Now for the body of the fly, I'll just be using cock pheasant fibres, so I will pull off maybe between 8 and 10 strands of that. Catch that in just where the rib was, the rib starts rather. Again, just be careful you're not catching the thread with the point of the hook there. Just make sure that none of these stray fibres will be poking out beyond the where I'm going to finish the tie there. So okie dokes. Now I'm going to pull my bobbin down a wee bit, use the rotary function on my vise again, just being very careful with the end of the fibres there not to catch the hook, the point of the hook. You can see already there's one splaying out there. We'll see if we can pull that out. There we go. Okay, so let's get that secured in. Okay, dokes, we'll snip off our excess pheasant there. Tidy up a wee bit. And we'll do the same with the rib. We'll bring that up 3 or 4 turns just to create a bit of segmentation on the body. And we'll catch that in. And then we'll just helicopter that off if we can. There we go. Okay, for the collar for these guys, I'll just be using some CDC natural grey colour. That stuff that I've got there's from Cook's Hill. So we'll just pick out a decent feather from the pack there. And what I'll do is I'll just take a little bit off the bottom of the stock there, just so that I've got a little bit to use my hackle winder. And then what we'll do is expose the tip that I'm going to tie in, put a little bit of wax in the thread so that helps the CDC stay there when we tie it in, hopefully. Right, let's catch the CDC in with a couple of turns. And then we'll just snip off the tip there. Okie dokes, let's come in, see if we can catch that with our hackle pliers. Third time lucky. Let's see if we can stroke these fibres back. And you can have your collar as bushy or as sparse as you like. I think I'm going to go for 2 turns here, which will probably leave it quite bushy, but doesn't really matter for me. The CDC does tend to create a lot of movement in the water, so I think that definitely helps in attracting the fish. Get a little wee straggler there. Let's see if we can get that off. Oops, come on. There we go. Alrighty, and for the collar, I think we're going to use the good old peacock dub in orange from Vineyard, just to add a little bit of sparkle. So I'll get my wax stick here for this bit. You don't need that much, just to create that little, like I say, to give that fly a wee bit of a sparkle towards the head. I'll give it a wee brush as well. Okie dokies. Now, I'm going to put a wee bit of varnish on the thread there. And then we'll come in 3 or 4 ton whip finish. And that should do us. Give the head a wee brush and see if we can brush some of that out. There's my Velcro stick. There's my Velcro stick. Can't seem to find my Velcro stick. It was here a minute ago. All you fly tyers will know. You seem to here it is here. Here it is here. All you fly tyers will know, no matter where you put your tools and bits and pieces on your desk, it'll always find a way to evade you. There we go. There's a wee bit of brush out on the collar there. And there we have it, guys. Like I say, it's just a variation on the pink tag nymph. You get red tags, you get, you know, orange tags, green tags, but I find that works well for me during the winter for Grayling. Pink seems to be a good colour. I will do them in red as well, and I'll use the kind of scarlet colour in the Glow Bright number 4 yarn for the tag there as well. But yeah, pink seems to be a good colour for the Grayling. So that is the pink tag, guys. Let's get the next one in the vise. Now for this one, I usually go a little bit smaller with this, so this is a size 14 jig hook, and it is a 3mm silver tungsten bead on this one. And again, I'm just going to use the Uni 80 camel colour. Give that a bit of a wax. And then I'll just come in again, I'll just build a bit of a thread dam behind the slot here. There we go. Okie doke, so for the tail, for this one, I'm just going to use some cock pheasant here, and I'll take off probably a bit less, a few less fibres this time, maybe like 4 or 5. And don't want the tail too big with this one, so that should do it. And I can, yeah, that's okay, I think. Again, we'll come down, touch and turns if we can. There we go, and I'll snip off our excess there. Now for the UV rib for this one, guys, I will use, so this is UTC Pearl Tinsel, that's in the ice blue. and that's in the small size, so it can be a little bit finicky to get off the spool, this stuff. So it does tend to curl up. It does tend to curl up on you, so might be a bit finicky to get this on the hook, but we'll do our best. There. Come on, see if we can get that wee tag off at the end of it. There we go. Again, I'll just come back down the hook shank there. Again, just being careful to avoid the hook point. Now for the body for this one, guys, this is just a hare and rabbit mix, dubbing mix that I mixed up a wee while back. It's more kind of, it includes more of the sort of guard hairs, so it is quite fluffy and a little bit lighter in colour. So I like this for lighter bodies. I forgot to put a bit of wax on there, but we might get away with it because it does mat. It does mat quite easy, this, because it does include a lot of the guard hairs. So let's see if we can get away with it without the wax. We're putting that rib over it anyway. Yeah, hopefully we've got away with that there. Once we brush this out as well, it looks nice and buggy. So with the rib, I'll kind of just bring that round once, and then pull my bobbin down a little bit, and then we'll come round with the rotary function of the vise. See if we can get that nice segmented look. That looks okay to me. See if we can catch that in. Good. Okay, dokes, guys. Now for the collar here, I'm going to use something that's got a little bit more coarse and is a little bit darker in colour. So I'm just going to go for the stickle dub from Vineyards in natural grey. So remember to put a bit of wax on here for the collar. And we will pick out a little bit of the stickle dub. Want the collar to be a little bit more chunkier. And again, we'll give this a brush so that some of the kind of coarser hairs kind of sticks out a little bit at the front there and makes it a bit more leggy looking. So there we go. Again, guys, I'll just put a little bit of varnish on the thread before we whip finish. Three or four turn whip finish. Come on. And we'll give it a little brush with my Velcro stick. Pick out some of those coarser hairs. Take that wee one off the top there. And there we have it, guys. That's a little variation on the I think anyway, with the Duracell nymph, that, like I say, that seems to do well for me on the top dropper when I'm fishing my Euro nymph rig. So yep, I'll be giving these two flies a go on Saturday when I get out for some grayling for the first time this year. So yeah, there we have it, guys. That's the pink tag and the little variation on the Duracell nymph there. So yeah guys, like I always say, if you enjoy this type of content, please consider hitting that subscribe button and hit the bell icon so that you get notified when I release future content. But that's it from my little fly tying demo tonight, guys. I hope you're all getting out in the water and getting some action. We'll hopefully get a good vlog when I get out on Saturday for the grayling. We'll see how we go on. But yeah, that's it for today, guys. Tight lines, hope you're all well, and we'll see you again soon. Cheers now, bye bye.